What's good? What's good? What's goody? B-Boys Underground starts now. Donte the Great. Let's get it.
I'm King Arthur. Hey, I'm King Arthur, coming live from Camelot. In the camera lot with live feed camera shots. They making clones on your phone, that's a nanobot.
He's singing mass for the task.
Phantom mop, you niggas dig ratting and speaking big Latin. Who gon' reveal and unconceal what they hear rapping? That ain't no sound error, it's a clown error. You got a gig to rock a wig as a gown wearer. And sipping witches fruit, that's what these bitches do. Bring out the bitches till you niggas turn the bitches too. I must confess, ain't no real niggas left. My educated guess is all us real niggas left. A fake was gon' survive, a real nigga's death. Just to tell the stories that a real nigga left. Call him Bobby McFan. Don't worry, be happy. Fuck them robbers and bandits. Hey, I just came to do my thing. Fucking let the twins sing. I just came to do my thing. Hey, I just came to do my thing. Fucking let the twins sing. I just came to do my thing. Hey, they wanna rob me of my soul life. Little half dead, instead I lived a whole life. Sunny days full of cold nights. And these flights around the globe make it flatter than an old Sprite. They call me CERN cause I hold light. Will Smith will confirm they concerned I'm a glow great. It's like the heartless in the darkness. They artists artists. With some demons sucking semen out they rotten carcass. On my VR doing PR, modern market. Ghost ride Tesla, can't arrest us. Jump out and park it. Screaming fuck the law. It's even fuck the car. Fuck this body, bitch, this body just an avatar. My staring Karens looking transparent. Gender neutral, cause the feeling mutual is transparent. Dead parents, that's a red herring. Cause we living in the era where the robbers understand barons. I just came to do my thing. Fucking let the twins sing. I just came to do my thing. Hey, I just came to do my thing. Fucking let the twins sing. I just came to do my thing.
What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your buzzer cousin Ghost Boogie. It's B-Boys Underground, man. It's another episode, and this one right here, man, this is special because this is Cincinnati hip hop history, y'all. This right here is one half or one part of, I shall say, of a legendary Cincinnati group by the name of Mood. I have played Mood in many different areas to many different people, and everybody knows exactly who I'm playing when I'm playing because it's an underground classic. We're not just going to talk about that because Donte the Great has a great independent career outside of Mood, as you just saw, right? So let everybody know that we are live right now, and all of our live viewers, you can ask questions and we will ask Donte the Great your questions directly. Plus, please do hit the all notification bell, subscribe, share it out, share it out. We're live on twitch.tv/ghostboogie66, youtube.com, B-Boys Underground, Facebook, YouTube, B-Boys Underground, live on 3 platforms. Let everyone know there's no reason why anyone cannot be tuned in live right now. With that being said, it's time to get down to business with some true Cincinnati icons, the one and only G-Fresh, and of course, Donte the Great. What's up, gentlemen? Salute.
Yes, sir. B-boys, B-girls, underground, here we go. We got Mood, Donte the Great, Space Invaders, all that good shit. My brother, we about to rock this motherfucker. So y'all tune in, ask your questions, and let's have a good show.
Yes, and fresh. Your mic is your webcam mic.
Oh,
Just
let me
letting you know.
swap it out.
So check it out. And also, while we do that, we had a raid from Slide Music, from the Collective family. Thank you all so much for raiding us on our Twitch channel and joining B Boys Underground Live. And again, we have Donte the Gr8 from Mood and from Cincinnati, Ohio, y'all. And just happy to be here talking hip hop and representing real hip hop culture, and especially Cincinnati hip hop culture, which people sleep on. And I want to give an opportunity, like, to let everyone know, like, that video, that song, because you were like, man, you pick. And I was like, we're going with that one, man. Like, like that one, like, because it's got a great vibe to it, good message. Like, it's like, I like that, man. So if you
Great
could,
visuals too. That's a well
yeah,
produced
like
video.
well produced. Like, who was the person that did the video, the
I
visuals on that?
appreciate that, man. First off, thank y'all for having me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I appreciate being on the B-Boy Underground because I originated as a true blue B-Boy myself, so I can
Hmm.
appreciate it. But it's funny because that song, that video, the story behind it is, I was working with various people, man, and I just I couldn't get people to really put my shit first. You know what I mean? Like, and um, it could be a editor, whether it's the director, the shooter. I just couldn't get everybody on the same page for whatever reason. So what I did is I went out and bought me a camera that I could shoot the video myself. And
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
every scene on that video that I'm moving or anything outside of it, I'm actually shoot. I shot the whole video myself,
Yeah.
Nice.
and I did
Well,
the editing. You know what I'm
add
saying?
add that to the moniker.
Did you use AI to
No,
help
that's
you?
not one. No, one drop of AI in that particular video at all. AI wasn't even a thing at that
Dude,
point. And
dope.
I definitely think I know I was the first artist using AI for visuals.
That's
I had
dope,
to
man.
be. You probably tell you I had to be, man.
Yes,
Like,
sir. So safe.
but that particular video, no AI whatsoever. I used the Insta 360,
Okay,
and
okay, okay.
the secret to it is it had a invisible selfie stick, so you couldn't see. But it's a couple scenes in there. If you look hard enough, you can actually see me carrying the camera, and I left them in there on purpose for people to see how I
Mm,
did it. You know what I mean?
no, that's dope.
Hey, man, as a content creator and as a visual creator, I don't think people really understand or respect the amount of time it takes to get things just right, because
Man,
it's, and especially when you're creating your, I mean, I myself, I'm so nitpicky over everything. It's never finished, right? It's never
right.
finished. How do you feel about that as an artist, as an MC, when you are doing a song, like, what is it for you when you know, all right, like, I'm done with it, I'm gonna let it go?
I can say that I'm kind of a perfectionist myself sometimes, right? Like, so what I
Yeah.
like to do, I'll record a song, I'll live with it for a couple days, right? I pick the wackest parts of the song and I replace them,
Mm,
right? And try to
Yep.
replace it with something better than what's already in the song. Like, that's just to keep the energy up, man, and the creativity going. Like, so, yeah, like I could, until I put a song out, I could fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can take it with it, man. You know what I mean? If I ain't put it out, man, I might have 15 versions of that song somewhere. You know what I mean?
and sometimes as a producer, I'm like, man, that verse fire. And they're like, the nigga go back and like, nah, man, I gotta change this part. Like, I like it the
Yeah,
way it is. And
man.
then you come back like, all right, I feel you on this one too. Like, yeah, I like it change. So
Facts.
I feel that that's
But
that perfectionist in you.
yeah, I'm a Gemini too, man. So,
There we go.
we do a whole lot of nothing, man, a little bit of everything. I mean,
Absolutely, man. Hey,
so,
man, so, like, tell me, as we always start the show off, the question that we always ask is, can you take us back to the time that your first memory that you have of hip hop, man? Take me to the
Yeah, I
homeroom.
mean
Let me get
that's an
that.
easy one for me. So when I was young, man, I grew up in Wynn Terrace, right? I went to Cape when I was young for Christmas. My mom bought me a turntable player. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of them OG ones and shit. It looked like
Yeah,
it was in a suitcase. The speaker just couldn't
yeah,
stand up of it. The
Yeah.
I know what you
turntable
mean.
came down. You know what I'm saying? And the first vinyl.
Those were awesome though.
You hear me? You hear me? So, but the first vinyls I had uh, Run DMC 30 Days, Run DMC Hard Times, Stevie Wonder The Keys of Life, um,
My first
and
favorite.
The Message by Melly Mel.
Yeah.
And me and my brother used to be Run and DMC, and that was really the beginning of my love for hip hop. Anyway, like to me, Run DMC is always the most important group in hip hop
DMC,
history.
Run
Yeah,
DMC.
they're not. They don't have to be your favorite, but without them, yeah, we would. This wouldn't be where it's at right
That tandem was crazy
Absolutely.
that they
now.
had, and then with the DJ as well,
Yeah,
original hip hop
Rest
yeah.
in
group.
peace, Jam Master Jay. I mean,
Jam J, yes sir. Rest in peace,
for
man.
me, so who was your favorite? Who was
Of
your
Run
favorite?
DMC,
Yes, sir.
it's funny because when I was younger, when I first heard him, Run was my favorite. But as I got older and I understood him a little bit better, DMC became my favorite. So
DMC was always my favorite because he had that voice. Like his voice cut like
yeah,
it's crazy and it's unfortunate, and I'm so happy his health is what it is now,
yeah,
and better. But like salute to him, the journey, but his voice, like in the early days, man, you talk about a voice that cuts through and gets your attention,
you hear me?
and
Yeah,
he and his delivery was just so
yeah, he
hard,
had the
like
delivery, right? And I think that's why I say I think because Run went first on most of the songs,
Hmm.
you was just used to hearing him all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and back then songs would be like 5 minutes and shit. 5 to
Right.
yeah,
7 minute type, you know what I mean? Like, so it'd be like, you gotta
them
sit
funk
there and listen
records.
to the whole song and learn all these lyrics. And I just think over time, I appreciated DLC's pen and his delivery. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, Ron was dope. I could always tell Ron was hip hop, but when I see the story of how they came to be and how Ron asked DMC to be in the group and all of that, it's like, damn, that's crazy. Like, thank God that happened, man, because ain't no telling what would have happened without that. I think hip hop would have came into being, but they knocked down
Yeah.
a lot of doors that people take for granted now. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
they just think it's normal. You know what I mean?
And they tandem. I mean, I don't think there's been a group that has that back and forth
You hear me?
chemistry, or the
Hey,
tandem between the two was just,
yeah.
it was sick.
I always
And
tell Speed that, man. I say, y'all, it's like somebody from y'all generation need to study, Run DMC. Not even exactly cadence or nothing, but what you talking about, the back and forth, the
Hmm.
interaction, and the energy between two artists on one track is like, that's kind of missing. You don't hear it a lot. Drake
Agree.
and Future, Drake did it a lot with people. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like stuff like that, but I don't think that there's no groups. And I think that that's a shame. Like, speaking of groups, there ain't even, I don't know a modern hip hop group. You know what I
Word.
mean?
Shout
yeah,
out to everybody in the chat. Repeat checking in. Hood hippies. Cool kid. Call
cool
on
kid.
Carl. Cool
Cool
kid said
kid. What's up, cool
the
kid?
Dante the Great fan. He's always been one of my favorite MCs.
Yeah. Hey
Damn, you
man,
don't get
short.
coughed up on that.
Hey, look, shout out to PK, Lord Jesus, I'm high, cause look, eh,
Yes,
uh,
sir.
where you getting lifted right now, so we elevating
Always.
spirits through music and other
Yeah.
things. Nah, man, that's and you got speaking on Run DMC, of course. I mean, it's just well known that without them putting Walk This Way through and,
Right.
and doing what they did, I mean
My
that
Adidas
that
too.
that in my Adidas, that was the crossover right there. That was
Yeah,
the cross.
that's
Like
why everybody talks
rap,
Chanel and Louis and all that now. Like that was
Mhm.
the progenitor of all of
and
Marketing,
you
sponsorship.
saw it just start to explode, and you started
yeah.
seeing the labels and other labels pop up and start putting money into hip hop, and that's when you started getting the Def Jams, and like
Hmm.
everything started really getting popular. You had, of course, Rakim started coming out at that point, Boogie Down. I mean, that from
Right.
them spawned into what became the golden era of rap, if you
Yeah.
want to call it, that, as
I
far as
definitely call it that.
like from like
Ditto.
what 86 to, I'm
I
gonna
say,
say,
man, 86 to Wu Tang, at
Yep,
least.
about
I would
92 ish.
I would
It's
I
about,
would
I
I'd
would
give
even
it
go a little further.
I go
I would say about
97,
95, 97, 98. Yeah.
97,
Yeah,
98,
because like by the
97.
time
Yeah,
DMX and all of them, like we came out in the same year as like DMX and
yeah,
Missy Elliott and Busta, like you know what I mean? Like so it was like it was definitely legends still being born by 97, 98, man.
Yep,
So
your
yeah.
Gangstar and
yeah,
ooh we.
yeah,
S-
man.
the one
And
thing,
another thing I think about hip hop, not to cut y'all off, but
No,
no,
you good.
please go for it.
I didn't think it would be right if I didn't mention it. Like it used to be hard to get hip hop, right? Like I remember I used
Absolutely.
to when another memory of, you know, my early memories of hip hop was getting out of school and having to run home to
Mm,
listen to 88.3 because that was the only place you was gonna be able to get to be able to hear it. And like
yes.
you had the
Hmm.
tapes and shit, you had to go and tape the show or whatever, man, like that. But like now it's over. I went from that to being you could get anything and then it don't even really got to be hip hop, but it sell as hip hop. So
I barely used to get the WDAO in Dayton because they had, I think it was Dr. Todd, and he had a mixed show because you had 88.3. Well, we have WBLS here, and they
No,
BLZ,
barely
BLZ,
played BLZ. Z.
WBLZ. It
I
was
said that's Z.
103.5
right?
WBLZ.
Yeah, and I remember
I
Mad
was
Max
so
got on there
pissed
and
when they
DJ.
went off. Like when they
Yeah,
went away and like turned it on, it was like hot wax oldies. I was like,
Yeah,
man,
they
this is
bought that
some
channel. And
bullshit.
when they had what one of my DJs, shout out to Mad Max, and I remember he first got on there and mixed, and all these people were like nobody represented hip hop. They called it like I don't want to hear all that scratching and shit.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we didn't get no real hip hop station other than like you said, 88.3, where B
yeah.
Boys Underground was spawned from.
And people forget that's really how the Wiz came into being because they actually
Yeah.
started playing hip hop. That's
Yep,
what drew the urban audience to the Wiz from BLZ because BLZ refused to play it. You know what I
yep,
mean?
Yep.
So it's
yep.
like,
And that was that.
uh,
That was that competition when they were both there. Then BLZ phased out.
yeah,
Yep, because yeah, if you remember, because back then the singles would come, especially the R&B singles would come with or without the rap version. You know what I mean? There was
hmm,
specifically on the
yeah,
12
that
inch,
was
it
some
would
funny
say
shit right there,
with
wasn't it,
rap
though?
or without rap. Tony Braxton with rap or without rap. It's
Thanks,
like, come
bro.
on, man, or
And
Anita
Shaka
Baker or
Khan.
whatever.
shout out to ICD, one of the first mixed DJs
Yeah,
on there. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
yeah, Icy, man. I remember Icy. Shout out to
Yeah.
Icy, man. I used to, we dealt with him back in the day, and
Icy always treated me good. Always
he
was a
treated us
solid
good, but
brother.
like he wasn't really fair to us. I ain't feel like because
Ah,
it was one that we got put in a predicament with him where like y'all gotta realize, man, when we put out Korma and the Secrets of the Sand remix, like bro, like we hit Billboard, like
Hmm.
niggas in the city in the radio wouldn't play our shit. How the fuck we on Billboard and top 50, top 100? You
that's
know what I'm
stupid.
saying? And
Yeah.
we can't get played. Like, and it's
That
still like that to this day in the
that
city because
Cincinnati shit. I mean, you had to
yeah,
almost go
like
out of town and get your accolades, and you
you
come
hear
back
me?
here and they're like, "Who the
Like,
fuck are you?" Like, damn, we can't
like
get no love here.
you hear me? I
Hmm.
feel
Yeah.
like that. Like, how could you have an artist like High Tech? Shout out to my nigga High Tech, but like, how can you have an artist like that, man? With like, and I know this nigga gotta have about 60 million sold. Like, y'all don't play this nigga shit. Like, what
Hmm.
kind of hater shit is that, bro? Like, how you appreciate an area with your hometown, man? That's fucked up. You know what I
And
mean?
they treated it because with the record pool and radio and then doing my groups and stuff. I used to have meetings with them about, and they always like, well, we're gonna see what we're doing with local artists. I said, local. Only thing local is that we live here. This shit.
You hear
I
me?
said I got record pools and radio shows playing this
Uh,
shit across the country. We
like,
just happen to live here.
you hear me? Like
I,
we could go tour in Europe, man, and y'all can't play our shit on the radio. Like we could go, I could go to hit 17, 18 countries in Europe. I could go to South America. I could go to
right.
New York. I could go to California. But here it's like, man, I ain't playing that shit.
I used
Okay.
to actually play games where I would trick them. I remember DJ Squire was playing a record we had, and he got on the mic. Yeah, coming straight out of Cincinnati. Cleared the dance floor. I ran up there. I said, "Nigga, tell them we from Houston." I said,
You
"They
hear
don't
me?
react." I said, "Just lie." And then they
Yeah,
started getting back
bro.
on the dance floor, and they was dancing. And asking who was it is. I asked a couple. I said, "They said who is that? Do you like him?" I don't know. I ain't never heard him. I said, "Well,
Yeah.
that's how you break music. Do you like it? What your ears tell you?"
But yeah, and like well, Icy wanted us to do a song with him, which we was willing to do, right?
Okay.
But like no love against the nigga, but the beats was terrible, bro. Like what you like we working with Hot Tech and Jocelyn and niggas in New York and like you
Yep.
know what I mean? Like it's hard to like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
bro, come on, man. You can't even be mad at me over that, bro. Like, but that was the type shit the niggas was going up against, man. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, like niggas like high. We got people like High Tech, Quali, Mood, Black
Hmm.
Nun, Run a Battle. Like, man, like we had a lot of people that we was fucking with. You know what I
Shout
mean?
out the
Like,
Wanna
and
Battle too.
definitely shout out to One a Battle. Like, now my nigga Daryl here now. So shout out to Daryl, but yeah, like the opportunities that we would have, like, we could go to New York and Ralph McDaniels is playing us on video jukebox, but like
Hmm.
we can't get, Cincinnati motherfuckers really to fuck with us for whatever reason. Like, and that
Why do
nigga,
you think? Why do you think that? Because I mean, I wanted to ask you specifically that too, because I mean, that in itself has always been something that it's difficult. You always hear folks say it's difficult to get love in your own city and you have to go back. But it seems like Cincinnati, and this is no disrespect to Cincinnati, but it is exactly something where you fucking put the city on your back and you had a single Cincinnati, you know what I mean, and
yeah,
you had people across the country singing Cincinnati, home of like all
right. You hear me? Like
across the
we,
world,
you hear me? We got
and
people
it
who
I mean
sing the
you
songs for protest to stand up for shit. Like, but here in Cincinnati.
Got
They
no.
like this, and this is so I said this to myself like last year. I think it was. I remember being on some social media, it might have been Facebook, and it was a post of like, "What's the sense? We need to have a contest for the Cincinnati theme song. This is already a Cincinnati theme song. Stop playing with me."
true
Like, and it captured the true essence of what the city was about at that moment in time.
at
Like,
that moment
you
in
understand what
time
I'm saying to you?
it
Like,
was it was perfect. It was encapsulated
Talking about
everything
moving
right
sneaker in here.
there. Like it was perfect at that point, man. Like
yes, sir.
and taking you back a step, right? Because you guys weren't always moved. You started out as Three Below Zero, and
Three below.
yeah. So, like, what
Yeah, a little
was
history on that.
the name? What was the intent, like, behind picking the name Mood, right? And
Hmm.
also, like, what was the why the transition? Because I know everybody goes through their like, but so what was it? Because there was intent, even with your iconography, like with the logo, and I
Hmm.
always thought it was a fresh ass logo with
Appreciate it.
yeah. That's the reason why, like, I couldn't wait to animate that shit. I was like, let me go ahead and put something stank on it. But I mean, like, I tell me, please. I've always wanted to know.
Okay, so we started out as Three Below, right? And Three Below originally was me, Main Flow, and my man Gemini One, Sean Teller. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, all school.
Happy
And
OG.
birthday.
So we started out as Three Below. We met Josh Sun a little bit later, and Josh Sun joined the group. And before we was even Three Below, we had a group. We had like we've been b-boying so long. Let me take y'all back. Okay, we started off as the Bomb Squad, right?
Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
So as the Bomb Squad, that was us like in high school, like back when niggas wore Swatch watches and all of that shit. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? And the letters was SB, so we could be the Bomb Squad or the Swatch Boys, either way it go. But we was rocking all our Swatch watches and shit like that. Back in the business time, the polo, them
Hmm.
colorful. So,
Yep.
so we started out as the Bomb Squad, and then we went to Rhythm Mafia, right? Rhythm Mafia, we used to dance and shit. Like I used to dance for like niggas like Danny O and shit like that. Like, like in Woodward talent shows and Withrow talent shows and shit like
Shout
that.
out to Danny O. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, shout out to Daddy O. Like, but that was kind of how I earned my stripes in getting into hip hop. Like before I could be even listed at as a rapper, man, it was almost like I had to DJ or dance or do some other part of the culture before motherfucker listen to anything I had to say. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, so we
Hmm.
was dancing and shit. But then we went from Rhythm Mafia to Mood, right? And
Hmm.
Mood, the reason we went to Mood was because by that time, like we had a little bit of growth in music and knowing how to make songs and coming up with concepts and all of that. And we didn't really want to be put into a box. So we came up with the name Mood because we wanted to be able to make music about whatever mood we was in and whatever we was going through, whether that was some conscious shit, some street shit, shit about the chicks, you know,
Gotcha.
money, hit the block, whatever the fuck is going on in life at that time, man. And I just thought that was a great encapsulation of what we wanted our music to represent.
Yeah, and dope name. Move. One word.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's a
And
good
then
question, man.
thanks, man. And like I always thought it was fly when you flipped it over and you had it doom, you know what I
Yes.
mean? And
Hmm.
you had kind of, like a ambiogram type get down with it side, you know what I mean? Like so I
Yeah.
mean it was a dope concept and the when it launched and it was big. I felt even a sense of pride when you guys got signed to Blunt Records, right? Because it was
Hmm.
like, man, all right, we got somebody in Cincinnati that got signed to, Blunt Records was a respectable label. I
That
mean,
was
like,
very
Blunt.
respectable.
Blunt
yeah,
under
like,
TV under TVT. Yep.
yeah,
TVT was
dude.
cut motherfuckers checks, what they G first.
Yeah, buddy. I got a few.
Yeah, I'm
So
saying like, but like it's crazy, man, because like we at the time, man, like we was talking Flavor Unit offered us a contract, Queen Latifah and Shaquille, uh,
much love to them. I
Capital
didn't know that.
Capital. Okay.
Profile. Like we was talking, like we had a few deals on the table, but like a lot of them, like even like with Shaquille and them, they wanted to like at that point, Naughty by Nature was kind of on the tail end, right? Like,
Yeah.
and, they had
Hmm.
a vision of kind of what the artists and shit that they wanted to be, and they wanted to go through artist development and all that shit. We just like, bro, I'm not
Nah,
about to
we
be
we
there.
got it.
Like, that's not go.
We
Yeah,
got
like, what I mean? Like, and then we was trying to get a deal for Warner Battle, like on Capitol,
it. Hmm.
for the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, so
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was TVT was very respectable and could have probably been the most powerful label in hip hop history had that been what Steve Gottlieb's will was. I don't think there was, in the playbook for him. He was a lawyer. He was hitting licks with checks for his like owning publishing and owning all the cartoon publishing
Yeah, I
and
was about to say because TVT
good
was TV
times and all that
TV
type shit.
Tunes.
Like, yeah,
TV
like
Tunes was
so
that's where the money was coming from, was selling those
right.
TV Tune records and all of that.
Right. But if you look at
Yeah.
all of the artists that was on TVT, like, you can go look at interviews with Ja Rule or Mike Geronimo or fuck 9 Inch Nails or like you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like
Royal Flush.
Steve wasn't giving no breaking nobody off of no checks, man. Pitbull was on the label, two
Yep.
Snoop Dogg,
Yep.
213, Yo Gotti, like it was so many motherfuckers, bro. Like he could have literally Ja Rule, like it was like bro, Eminem came in there before he signed. Like, it was so many people trying to get on the TBT because they would allow you to be independent still.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't really trying to machine you. If you already had your thing going, they allowed you to go in the direction you was gonna be in and
Mm.
grow to be what you wanted to be in for you to create your artistic expression yourself.
Yep. Founded in 1984. Television's greatest hits was the claim to fame. Yeah, they had a lot of different flavors on that label, different genres. But yeah, well, got the mood product out, so we can
Yeah.
thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Classic
Yeah,
album.
I mean, listen, man. We knew that the deal wasn't putting us that deep into debt, like where you know what I mean. Like we'd never be able to get our publishing back or over sell everything out to these motherfuckers. There wasn't no deal like that, man. Like so,
Right.
but it wasn't a deal to where like we was rich and you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
and everybody well off, and we just walked away into the wind type shit. It wasn't none of that. You
It's
know what I
more
mean?
more like critically acclaimed without
Yeah,
the
man.
Yeah.
without that.
Yeah, you feel me?
But it still gave you a stamp of certifiable, you know, this
Facts.
like it like you know what I mean. It brought like it was always like okay, there's acts and there's groups, and
Right,
then when you got a group that's actually signed and has
right,
actual product out
Hmm.
right.
and and has a
Circulating,
push.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
And
it's
don't get me wrong on that. Like I'm like I'm thankful for what happened with TVT because we came out like in the last era of like motherfuckers actually selling hard tangible product. You know what I
Right.
mean?
that
Like
part
where
that
right
it
like
would.
where the
Yeah.
fan had to go to the store on Tuesday. Like, you had to put some effort in to get him some
Tuesday.
of the money. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, so if a fan likes your music and it was supposed to come out on that Tuesday, like I remember going to Globe Records and shit like that, like,
Globe
up on
Records.
Hamilton Avenue in
Shout out
Cincinnati.
to
Yep.
Globe.
You know what I mean? Like, and Record Arcade
Record
and all that.
Arcade.
Like, you know
Yep.
what I'm
Phil
saying? Like,
Phil's
you feel
records
me?
on Queen City
Feels,
was my
you
spot.
know, you
Nolan and
feel me?
Chris, I love you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, like so, like that was in that era, man. Like, and like you still could do that. There's still a niche market for it, but like it got circulated worldwide. Like it was in Tower and like
Hmm.
the big. So we got fans from all over the world. We was able to tour around the world and build a
Yeah.
career off of that, man. So like I'm definitely not ungrateful for that part of it, but it could have went a lot better, from my perspective.
You know, you have one in on that album, it has the very early first really productions of high tech, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
on there, right? and
Mm-hmm.
and then even Kweli,
Mm-hmm.
like early verses from Kweli on there before the whole reflection eternal and
Hmm.
that whole jump,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It felt like that record led into like if you really if like if in my hip hop nerd head opinion, I feel like that album is the prequel
Mm-hmm.
to everything that happened after that.
That is a fact. It's the foundation stone. It's the cornerstone
It's the
of it. Is what you're
cornerstone,
saying. Yeah.
Hmm.
exactly. It
You know what I
Building
mean?
block.
absolutely. If we talk of masonry, it's the
Yeah.
cornerstone of it for real. So I mean, honestly, yeah, it is that. I mean, so what was it like in those sessions? Because tell everybody, because I rolled up on the studio one time with my homie age, and I think it was Home Skillet or somebody. I don't
I
know.
was just about to mention Home
And
Skillet.
and and
Ran
uh
into him the other day.
and like we were out coming home after like a club or something like that, and all of a sudden like Enox goes in the door and Josh Sutton's laying on the couch with a 12 gauge like a like it was like what the fuck, like he was like y'all
Oh
like
shit.
there's no studio session tonight. He's like crashed out and he was just laying I was like, man,
Oh
like
shit.
I looked at those like you're gonna get a shot, fam. I'm going outside, man. Fuck it.
That's
Like
funny,
nah,
man.
but those were crazy, but like y'all had like a like tell us about what those early sessions were, you know, during that time, you know,
Hmm.
because everything was, you went to a place, you went to a studio. It wasn't emailing tracks and it wasn't
Right.
on computers or none of that. You had to invest money in studio time and
Hmm.
money in
Yeah.
ADATs, which were VCR tapes or whatever, and then you know that whatever the format, real tapes. You know, let everybody know what that was like because you've been in this for 30 fucking plus years, and
That's
this is a long
crazy,
journey.
man. Ain't it though? That's funny. That's crazy. 30 years. But I think so those days, man, like that shit was like it was sacred, man. Like, even when we did the song Sacred, like that's a song off of the album Doom. We knew it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we knew that like it was kinda like towards the end of the golden age of hip hop. And that's why the album itself was entitled Doom. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because it was like you can't fight off the commercialization that's bound to take place, but like we wanted to try to give the fans something culturally based, spiritually based, hip hop based. You know what I'm saying? And keep it something pure on that album. You know what I mean? Like, and so when we would record, like Quali still lived in Brooklyn, and so like sometimes we would go up and pick them up, fly them down, whatever, man. And ultimately, I introduced him to high tech. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're working on our album, and I introduced Quali to high tech,
How did you know
and
Quali? Like, how did you have that
I met
connection
Quali
first?
through Amari and Divine. Shout out to Amari and Divine. So like, we would go to New York, man, and we would go to different record labels, and we would shop our record, right?
Hmm.
Like, we had our own tapes. By the time we got to TBT, we had vinyl, CDs, tapes, posters, stickers, cassettes, whatever the fuck it was. You was able to bang. We had it, t-shirts, jackets, hats, like. So we was going into the labels kind of already doing what we was doing, and every time we would go and do music, we would go to New York. Quali would maybe set up a show at a bookstore. He had a bookstore called Nakiru Books,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And like we would go back and forth to New York, man, and like I would just be like in these wild ass like freestyle sessions and shit. It'd be like me, Mose, Wordsworth,
Word.
goddamn
Word.
Killer
Yeah.
Priest, sons, you know what I mean? Like, and we
Killer Priest.
cipher. Like, you hear what I'm saying? Just back and forth verses, man. Like, and the culture of it was still, that. Like, we're like, shit, let me hear what you got. Let me hear what you got. Let him go against him. You spit verse him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
when we met Quali, that's how we became one to battle. Because we was literally looking for motherfuckers. Like, nigga, like, we just, y'all
I
got to
know
catch
you
these
were.
bars, bro. Like,
You would roll up like the y'all
right,
fools would roll up at concerts and
like,
just like take over concerts and
you
bum
hear
the
what I'm saying,
shows and
bro?
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all gonna catch these bars, man. We ain't like, bro, we ain't give a fuck. I remember one time,
Aggressive.
at prime time with,
Shout out to Prime Time.
who
Prime
was
time.
that show with? I think it was with Scarface, right? Nigga, we get in there, motherfucker. All we know is like, fuck it, we gotta get on stage somehow. We know when they manipulated the sound, man. Like, yeah, we come on right before Scarface, like, yada 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 yada. Like niggas, soon as I was like, soon as two niggas get off stage, turn the tape on, no questions. Like so, like we would have to do whatever we had to get in the spot, man, and be seen and be heard, man. And usually it would include battling, like like I battle a nigga like Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Battle Biggie and Craig Knight, catch them out back at South Cincinnati type shit. Like we was like we was on that, man. Like so, I think
So you
just
say, did
going,
you just say you battled Biggie for real?
yeah,
No shit.
no
Did
Biggie
shit.
not
and Craig
know
Mack.
that.
He
How'd
took
that
on
go?
early bad boy.
What was
They
that
got
like?
they got handed themselves. Like they know,
Ah,
like see, and I know people say, look, people be looking at me
no,
like, what? They,
no,
man,
no.
now me and my nigga Rashad gave them, but they came to hear that night, bro. Trust me. You know what I mean? Like on some
What,
shit. Like High Tech tell the story. I've seen High Tech tell the story before. High Tech was there. Quali was there. You
how
know what I'm
was
saying?
how were they like? How were they towards y'all? As far as was it all love or were they on
Yeah,
some
it
like?
was hip hop, man. It was
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
nigga, you in our city, you spit like the least y'all gonna do is spit some bars. You gotta think Juicy is out, nigga. This is like the beginning of it.
Mm,
Yeah,
You feel me? Hit and Craig Mack got flavor in it.
flavor in
They
here.
they they touring on them songs and like so we used to fuck with this DJ named Rick Jeweler, right? And Rick Jeweler used to throw the surf splash dances when the MTV came and out of that. So like wherever we went, that's where everybody was at. So
gotcha.
Rick got us in the surf, and after the show, Biggie came up and did Juicy. Craig Mack did. They both did flavor in your ear, and we caught them out back.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
And
and
there it is. Some more Cincinnati hip hop history y'all didn't know. Felling you.
Dope, dope. We got a question I want to ask.
Yes. Yes,
So,
please. Max
well,
Wreck in the
my
house.
boy, my boy Pete Kate said
Oh,
DeMarco Tudor. That was your homeboy. That's my first one. You remember DeMarco Tudor?
hmm
All right. And then Max Rex was asking. He said, "I want to know how the song Peace Infinity came about." He said that's his favorite song from the Mood album.
Peace Infinity came about because I think that would have been like around. That's who the fuck would America would have been at war with around 94, 95.
Iraq.
I don't know,
yeah.
man.
That
But
was yeah,
like,
that was Desert Storm.
Yeah.
and we had riots in Cincinnati.
Yes, we
You know what
did.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like on Sacred, you hear us boycotting Kroger's
Yeah.
and the police and all of that type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like at that point, the world was kind of on some bullshit for real. Like,
Hmm.
police killing the shit out of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and riots and motherfuckers outside protesting and all that, man. Like, I
I
was
I
like,
try to tell people about that time period that like there was like a lot of pressure. Like you
yeah,
could just feel it everywhere. I mean, it was an aggressive period in time.
yeah,
It was a dark period. It was. I
yeah,
think that's the reason why the music was so good coming out of that era because there was a
yeah,
lot of bullshit going on and people were expressing themselves.
Turmoil, animosity, powder keg. Yeah.
yeah. But like, me and Kweli wrote that song in my apartment. We used to have stuff on Scott Street in Covington, and we wrote that song during that era, and it was more, civil and silent wars, tyrant violent wars, far and star wars, space versus race wars, attempt to take mine and battle I take yours. You feel me? Like
Hmm.
it was one of those things, and we was aggressive at battling. Period. That's why we was called one to battle, man. So like it was just. I think the peace thing came from the situations that was going on in reality
Hmm.
like Millennium as well. You know what I mean? Songs like that, like
I mean, dope album. I mean, it's a play from one to the last. What do you have a favorite song on the album?
me,
Yeah.
I like all my shit, man.
Well said.
As you're
Everything I
supposed to
ever did,
say.
I like. Dead ass, bro. That ain't being arrogant or nothing. Like I like all my shit, man. Like
No, I ain't mad at that answer at all. But
Look,
I
let
could
me
say that.
rephrase. If like, say this first time anybody's hearing it, and you get to play one song, and the whole world, whatever, is going to hear it, what would you pick? Could you pick one?
Damn, I got hundreds of songs I got, man.
that hey, look, good redirect, fresh. Good redirect.
Like I don't think you know how much songs I got, man. Like I'm like that's a tough one. Now, what I can say is like I have some favorites. Like
Yeah.
I like Hustle on the Side.
I like
You
that
know, we
joint.
did that.
Yeah,
What like that
yeah,
was the pre that was go pre Doom. Like we had did a whole nother album basically when we got signed that we never put out that everybody like now when you see it I put it out over on like let me see if y'all can see on this wall over here. So I put it out up here on I put it out on vinyl
hmm
and I split it up and that's like the pre-doom shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
hmm
the
And
lost tapes, right? You called it the
yeah, they're
lost
like
tapes,
the
right?
three below shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
And
that's
we
dope shit.
actually, and anybody that had that, we actually played that on Wave on B Boys Underground. We was playing
Yes,
Hustle on
we
the
did.
side.
You hear me?
Somebody had to give some love to the city.
Yes, sir.
We just wasn't
Appreciate
playing
it.
our shit.
That's facts though.
Mhm. And
So, question.
Shout out to
I'm sorry.
Butch Gibson because they would actually listen to Waif, and we was influencing them playing some hip hop and getting some mix shows because they were still tuning into to 88.3 and what we was playing, and there now and then they would slide something would fall into their rotation from listening to our show, so we was able to put some pressure on them like, hey, we playing it here and people listen and they can't hear it on your station. What the fuck?
Somebody say they got a question about
Yeah,
perfection.
yeah.
What's the
So he
question,
said,
bruh?
"Good looking." I got one more question. It's about the song "Perfection" on Jocelyn's album "The Resistance." That's Max Rec that had the that other question and this question. Thank you for your questions, and y'all please ask your questions.
Hmm. And what else? You said you had a question. What was your question?
No, 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 no. I was just gonna
Wait, here's
say, yeah, I was answering his question.
well,
Oh,
actually,
okay.
has he asked the
No,
question?
I was asking you the question for him.
Okay, but Max
He's
Rex, what is the actual question? He said, I got one more question about the
yeah.
song Perfection.
If it's not perfect, I will perfect. If it's not perfect, I will perfect. See, that's from my DLC. That's where I jacked that from, right? If
Interesting.
it's not perfect, I will perfect. Remember the beatbox? If
Mm-hmm.
it's not perfect, I will
Real
perfect.
perfect.
Perfection.
Yeah, man. And before we get into like transitioning into like solo,
Hmm.
are you and Main Flow still working together and Jai
Yeah.
Sun and everything?
Like, believe it or not, like me and May still got a lot of unreleased music. Like,
Yeah.
we started on the Doom 2 album with High Tech. We did about 8 songs with him. We got album we did with Oh No. We got about EP. I would call it EP. It's probably about 8 or 9 songs.
Hmm.
Um, then we got random shit that we've done just over the years that's never even been released. And I just talked to him today. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, you know what I'm saying? We don't talk every day, but I talked to him today. And he doing well. And he's about to get ready to drop something himself, I believe. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of work with 7L, Esoteric.
yeah.
Yeah.
Boston niggas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one question about the transition going into a or shopping to the major record labels. Did you ever get pressure to like dumb down or like change subject material or matter, or did you ever get pushback from A&Rs or people that told you like you need to go this direction instead of that direction?
Yeah. I mean, there was a little bit of that, but for the most part, TBT. That's why we signed with them. You know what I mean? But that was the fight. Like, okay, y'all got a budget to put out a Mike Geronimo song with Puff Daddy on it, right? Like keeping it 100. Like listen, y'all got this the type of shit we was fighting. Like, which is, shout out to Mike Geronimo. That's my nigga. He's a cool nigga. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
shout out to Mike.
but y'all put him, do this video with him. We put out some shit. We hit Billboard, and then we put out a follow up single, the Secrets of the Sand remix with TayDilla. That hit Billboard, and
Yep.
we can't get money to market and promote. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like we got to get. They hit us with the natural growth type. You know what I mean? Like, but because granted, us being from Cincinnati and them being from New York, I don't think they necessarily knew what to do with a group like Move outside of New York at the time because it wasn't a lot of people signed outside of New York artists to New York labels at that time.
Yeah.
Facts, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
Not the Mike Geronimo and Puffy song. And from what I heard, they spent about 60 grand on that shit. And it was
you
he
didn't hear the right
alienated the
number.
fans. He alienated the fans he had because he was more underground hip hop. And then that
No, that
song
was a
came out.
quarter million. That was a $250,000 thing right there, man. Like,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like, and Mike Geronimo is dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never knew, I never thought him or he never really needed to move in that direction. And
No, he
like
did
you
not.
said, it kind of detached him from his fans a little bit. And he was really just a dope underground artist, man. He had bars. Royal Flush was nice as fuck. Shout out to my nigga
Yes.
Royal Flush.
Man, Royal
You know what I'm
Flush.
saying? Like we on the label with these motherfuckers. Like, we got all kind of like I go up in TBT, like it ain't no telling who you gonna see in there.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it was crazy, man. Like it was a wild time and I think the fact that they let their artists do their own creative thing, like they're Yin Yang twins, and if you just listening to the different people that pop in my mind every now and then from the roster, it's such a diverse number of people from different places that I don't feel like Steve's thing was limiting your creative ability. Like he knew he told us we was a cult classic. He knew he wouldn't let us off the label. You know what I'm saying? Like and he's like, I'm not, it was other motherfuckers he let go, he just wouldn't let us go. Like and he fought until he got rid of the label. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And it all went up in smoke, man. But it was a beautiful thing while it lasted.
He said it's a cult classic, which it is. I'm seeing people from the chat from different parts of the country that's chimed in and picking songs off the album. So that's real
Yeah.
dope. That's accomplishment. Good music.
Yeah, man. Like Geronimo first album. Yeah. I'm just looking at a couple of the
What's
posts.
this fella in the look saying? Main Flow was one of the zombies on Walking Dead.
He was.
word, word. That's
Yeah,
what's
he
up.
was. He
That's
definitely
crazy.
was. That main did a little bit of acting and shit.
Yeah, tell Main
Uh,
Flow to holler at us. I think I just caught him on Instagram.
And I
yeah,
guess
that's
Wack
what's up.
and the follow up question or what Max Rec was trying to ask about was just how the song Perfection came about because he was inquiring about the song Perfection, like if you
Yeah,
had any type of
I
story or
think he kind of
backstory to
answered
the
it with
writing.
the Run
Yeah,
DMC aspect
Like,
of it.
well, for my thing, like, okay, when I wrote the song, the state of mind that I was in, like, so, like, we come from the age of lyricists. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how you write, what you say, not so much as how you say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hmm,
that's the lyricist thing. Like,
yeah,
and I think writing that song was really just about writing the perfect verse, the perfect song to satisfy really my ears, not really so much for a fan or anything. Just like the cadence I'm doing it in, the aggression that I'm rapping to the song, and like that was uh me searching for a perfect space for that particular song and that energy to place it there. That's why I can put it. Yeah, I mean, like. I write about a lot of shit. Like that's my biggest problem with writing is I can write about anything. You know what I mean? So I gotta
Yeah.
pick a topic or I gotta pick a state of mind to be in. So like on my
Mm-hmm.
new album, I decided I just used the same production from the same producers, and I did it all the way through this way, man, because that ain't really what I've been doing or anybody's really been doing lately. So I wanted to kind
Yeah.
of get back to that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of like your solo projects, TayDilla, The Gilded Age, like none of them sound anything like Doom. What
Yeah.
was the mindset or the shift in your mindset, that happened to make you pivot your sound?
I think for me, um shout out to Dilla, man. Like it's funny how y'all was asking me about people pressuring us to, do some commercial shit or whatever, right? I
Mm-hmm.
remember going to Detroit, and this is kind of why this album ended up this way. Like, I remember going to Detroit and hooking up with Dilla and me and Frank and Dank and all that and shit. Like, Detroit niggas just like Cincinnati niggas. They out there scrambling and doing what they doing and shit. We ride around with them and shit, and we finally wind up going to Dilla's studio, and he put that beat on. Right, that's it. Is the Sand remix beat, right? I'm like, damn, I could actually write some commercial shit to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's that fucking good. Like this is like if and so I wrote we wrote some commercial shit to that beat, and we was gonna keep Daryl still doing the Secrets of the Sand Hut, but it was more of a commercial thing. And when Dilla heard it, he was like, "Yo, man," he said, "I love you for this." He said, "Bruh, yeah," he said, "Man, that shit is dope as fuck what you just did, but." Man, y'all can't don't do that, man. I was like, what? He was like, you don't want to do a song like that, man. Y'all niggas want to rap the way y'all rap. And he said, niggas don't rap like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
He said, it ain't that they don't want to. He said, these niggas can't rap like that, nigga. He said, if y'all stop doing it, niggas ain't gonna do it. You hear what I'm saying to you? Like, so like when his mom's and her husband came to me about doing the Take Dinner album when I was on tour. And I met him through Jay Sands, and I shout out to Jay Sands too, another one of Battles for me.
Salute.
And they gave me the beats and basically gave me the pick of the litter, like dude, pick whatever ones you want. I was like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
what the so like I picked the beats that um gave me a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And some of the vibes was laid back and cool, and some of them made me feel like storytelling. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them made me just want to spit bars, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I tried to keep it hip hop based and something that I thought my Dukes would like, you know what I mean? Like, upon her ear and her approval, when we got it done, her and her husband loved it, man. So I was like, I
That's
shout
dope.
out everybody that was on that project. Copyright, uh,
Shout
K
out to copyright.
Valentine, K Valentine,
Mm-hmm.
Daryl, Deja, uh, who else was on that shit? Speed, my nigga Speed, Crunch. Yeah, that was a
Crunch.
dope album, man. Like, and see, I kind of did it according to also the feature. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Crunch did a song called Tabloids on there. You
And
know,
shout out to Crunch, man. I thought for sure he was gonna,
blow. He did.
man.
Crunch got that voice done.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when I thought Crunch was gonna be like, I thought for sure Crunch was gonna go like he was gonna get mainstream with no problem.
Last thing I
Yeah,
heard was him and Piacon did something together. Did an
yeah.
album. Yeah.
Shout out to my nigga Khan on the TayDilla album shit too. I
Okay.
kind of forget him. He on there a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. Like, and see, that was my thing. Like, so I used that to give some of the people that I knew an opportunity to be heard. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Hmm.
I thought it came out pretty dope. Like, and I was
Yeah,
pretty. I still got a couple songs from her that I never released to.
Oh man, you gotta release those, man. You
I
gotta you
know.
gotta make
Get
like a
it out.
little like a lost tape EP, man. Like a 45. You can do like a 7 song
Sound like it got
45 or
more than that.
something. Yeah,
Hey,
but
G Fresh, he tell you like, man, so like I'm right now, man. I just put out a mixtape for me and Ian Nitman called the famous Mr. Nobody's.
Hmm.
Y'all go check that shit out. It's called Back from the Future. You know what I'm saying? And
I was listening to it earlier today. It's great.
appreciate that, man. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I got so much music like that. I'm just at this point, man. I still make music because it's really what I love to do. But like, I've been putting it out and it's coming out slowly but surely, man. But I'm getting a lot of music out this year, man. I get out about 2 or 3 projects this year, starting with this Gilded Age on the 4th of July.
How do you do your production work? Like, do you do like are you all in house or like are you
Uh,
t- tell everybody like what how especially how you do it now in the technology age?
for the most part, man, like it just depends, man. It depends on the producer that I'm working with. Like some producers could be in California, you know what I mean? They may
Hmm.
send me a 2 track or something like that. I come up with a concept or a song, write it. If I like it,
Hmm.
then I proceed forward to try to, get the stems and all of that and doing a real song worthy mix um on the actual song itself. You know what I mean? And but it depends on the producer. So I like working in the house, like where I come to you or you come to me or we create something from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like it take a little longer, man, but the creative process is really always the reason why I made music for my own damn sanity and therapy, bro. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like so,
Absolutely.
it just depends on the song. Like it's and it be like sometimes I could get a beat from high tech, like I just get the vocals. I'll record the song. I have Supreme mix the shit, get my vocals and shit the way that I want. And then if I could get the stems, I could get the stems. But sometimes I don't have to get the stems because the beats already be mixed so damn dope,
Hmm.
depending on the producer. If your beat is mixed the way you want it, well, you send it, you got a good chance of it sounding like the way you want it to sound when it's mixed.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a vocalist. I just record vocals for real.
Mhm. I like this comment from Felony Loke. He said, "This is all the hip hop history that the younger gen needs to hear about.
Yes, sir.
Even though we went at each other's throats with this hip hop shit, we all still supported each other."
That's a
Fact.
fact.
Facts.
Shout out to AK-47, man. I just found a tape of a song we did. That's what we talking about, the shotgun song. I just found that on tape, man. I digitized it, man. I'm gonna have to upload it and send it to you, bro. It's funny because I just I got a tape player, man, and I just went through a big ass tub of tapes, man, and digitized some of the shit that I didn't think that I had in my files, so that I could do something with that shit as well, bro.
My nigga. AK-47. He's known as Felony Loke now, but
Melody Note,
I still throw out the AK-47 because that's how I met him.
yeah. But yeah, producers too. Like it depends on how good they are. I allow producers to mix my shit. If I think you know what I mean. Like I'm not against you making the song sound the way you think it should sound at all. But
Hmm.
if you ain't capable, I'm gonna bypass you, and that's just what it's gonna be.
There we go.
Oh yeah. So what we were gonna do normally about this time, again, we're about an hour in, and thank you all so much for everyone that's tuned in live. If you guys are watching this on the replay and you want to see the comments that were live as they are live, just click that tab up on the top that says live comments during show, and you'll be able to get that. You can also be able to check out any of our past episodes in our live tab or in our past episodes playlist for you. Please check out all of those things. We just passed this past Sunday, Mad Ways and I tested our first B-Boys Underground all featured artist video show. So we went through, we played nothing but artists' videos that have been on B-Boys Underground and really trying to spotlight some of their new music as well. We're going to be doing this on a regular basis, and it's going to be instead of horizontal, it'll be in vertical, but it'll still be live. You can subscribe, getting all notification bells, and it'll pop it out. Plus, I'm going to start DJing and doing live mix shows. I've got playlists getting ready to start with all B-Boys Underground exclusive artists and guests on the show. So make sure you stay tuned and locked into all our social medias. Follow us on everything that we do. And we appreciate you being here. And I wanted to ask you, Donte, what's another video that you would like to go ahead and bless us with? Because we always like at the top of the hour to go ahead and hit another video.
I should play.
Yeah, people get
Yes,
into it. They say, play some
Yeah.
music.
Play some music.
What about Demigod?
Demigod.
Yeah, but that video is sick too.
And see, I did this video with all AI. The first video I did no AI. This one I did all AI, and I created it all myself. Like I just,
Gotcha.
that's part of
So,
the creative process. I like. It's time consuming like a motherfucker, but you know what I mean. It's also something to get better with the better AI get. So
so asking you a question about, again, set the stage or set the table for the folks, what they're getting ready to experience. If they have not heard this for the very first time, or saw the visuals to this or anything like that, give them any type of jewels to enjoy this that much more. Tell us about the creative process or whatever it was.
Demigod is a song about kind of even just the essence of not just the essence of music, but the essence of hip hop, the essence of everything, and how we tend to give up our power to things that we make greater than ourselves,
Hmm.
and we've been down, and it's been something that's done throughout time, right? I mentioned a lot of different time dates in the song, and if you listen to it, I think it kind of speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Like a demigod is something similar to what we treated Donald Trump as, or even in some cases of Barack Obama. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so um, it's just giving up your power to critical think, to do shit. So, you know what I mean? To be a part of the solution and all of that, giving that up to something other than committing yourself to be the guy that you was put here to be, basically.
There
Word,
it
word.
is, y'all. We're getting ready to get into it right now. Donte the Great, Demigod, y'all. B-Boys
I like this
Underground.
shit.
Salute.
Year 1324, I'm back on my world tour. My melanin on Magellan, I'm selling the world explorers. Delivery, door to door, your hope, witness the tour with door and bore. Does hammer make me a Thor? My pockets on different door. It's levels, different floors. My presence is in the heavens, you devil level with lore. Vibration and your aura, my quantum, uncommon core. If your cup one if empty, question I'm in poor. Cause the young and old love it when I give them gold nuggets. Once they get a hold of it, they make a mold of it. And fill in the blanks, trillions sitting still in the bank. Why these villains send your children to get killed in the tank? The richest kingdom in history is a government entity. United States Incorporated, been a kingdom for centuries. Every king they ever seen was related intentionally. But the poor and educated think they both voting differently. Demigod, half man, that fight to wake up and make up any God. The devil is a liar, he pretend he God. A liar is a devil, that's so many God. There's plenty gods. Don't worship any God that don't see the God in you, cause once you do, you want too many gods. Year 2027, on earth as it is in heaven. Stranger things than 11. Robbing the priest and rapping, that's 5:36. I'm live from the abyss to make the sun disappear for a year. Total eclipse since 1492. I was poor as the Moors Jew that got expelled from where he dwelled and sailed the ocean blue. They drew muffle depiction in depth, wrote descriptions, expressed fully aware my woolly hammer pope fiction of theft. Picker of Christ paid a victor a price. Holy Moors, holy wars, chasing liquor and ice, spirits and wine, omnipotent, period of time. Look, my past, present, future ain't no linear line. Fake friend in these tendencies is embrace all my enemy. Why you Judas choose to do this to the son of virginity? I'm the one in the Trinity, I am one with divinity. Got a pocket full of stones to get you blown out infinity. Demigod, half man, half semi-god. Non-believers don't concede belief to any god. They worship names of their many gods. They fight to wake up and make up many gods. The devil is a liar, he pretend he God. A liar is a devil, that's so many God. There's plenty gods. Don't worship any God that don't see the God in you, cause once you do, you want too many gods.
Man.
Yeah, buddy. I just caught because I seen the video a few times. I like the part with the when you self-impose your face on the baby with the mustache. I just now caught that. I didn't see that the first time. I said, that baby got a mustache here.
Oh man, the visuals is funny, man. Like yeah, like it's fun just playing away. I've been getting it to do, trying to get it to do what you want, man. You know what I mean? Like if you haven't done it, man, I recommend you try it.
Yes.
Hey, listen, if you do not know how to use AI at all and understand even the core basic foundation principles of communicating with this, listen, bro, like
Yeah,
anybody out there, I implore you to get educated on it ASAP because
right.
the next jobs are going to be the people that actually can talk to them and teach
Hmm.
them and tell them what to do and how to use those tools effectively. And if you can get out in front of it, there is a hell of a lot of money to be made out there if you just go ahead and get 10 tones down and invest in yourself right
It's in
now. This
every
is
job.
another boom.
I'm in IT and it's on our job at Northrop Grumman, so it's booming, growing. They feeding it constantly, so get on
Not
it.
going anywhere. Not going
Right.
anywhere.
Yep, we
Right.
will be in Terminator Matrix mode soon. That's where we. It's
Yeah. I
coming.
just
They were.
think it's detrimental, like for people like you either gonna know how to work it or you're gonna get worked out by it. Like it's gonna outwork you. Like I
Mhm.
said this as far as the artists go, and I haven't used it like to try to make no music or anything like that, right? But what I figured out was this, right? So let's say you got Nas and Rakim in the room, right?
Mhm.
Right? They got 5 songs they're writing about different concepts, right? And this gonna be an EP that they put out that they compete against each other from a mere standpoint of how much output the AI could give you. If either one of them had AI helping them write their rhymes, like the other one would have no chance. I mean, none. Because it could create so many scenarios. Our minds ain't really wired to think like that yet. I think we could get there, but I think if AI could write 10,000 verses, no, AI could write 100,000 verses before I could be done with one.
Facts.
And out of them 100,000 verses, if you just took the best line out of 250 of them,
How
do
many
you
do
see
you
what I'm saying?
think do you
Mhm.
how many people do you think do that already?
I'm sure a lot of them motherfuckers do. You know what I mean? Like, because, but, but what happens when it's in the hands of a genius, though?
Right.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's why
absolutely.
Kendrick, even Kendrick, like, imagine Kendrick and AI writing rhymes together.
Yeah.
Like, what chance would any of the niggas in his generation have? Because of the output, right? Because it could be like he could literally just get concepts off of what he come up with the AI. And the way our brains is wired, when you have something come to your mind, the things you know about it start kicking in. You feel me? That's
Hmm.
what you usually write about. If I mean, that's me anyway. I can't. Sometimes I do shit just from a creative standpoint, to where I grab it out the air and just some random. That's just like freestyle rap shit. But like for the
Hmm.
most part, you come up with concepts and things like that. So if the AI is coming up with 250 concepts every 45 seconds, like you know what I mean?
Man. Oh, I know. I know. I
Yeah,
mean, it's really really crazy what
yeah,
you can do with these things, man. And especially if you put some thought into what it is that you communicate. I mean, it's prompt writing for I mean, the first thing that anybody needs to learn how to do is actually how to use and learn the language, the sentence
hmm
structure, and the language that you need to pump in to the prompt or
I
put
ain't even
into
gonna lie to you, bro. Like that ain't even necessary, man. The AI adapts to you, man.
oh,
Like, and I don't think,
absolutely.
and so like, and if you're articulate enough to be able to express what you want, it's probably going to do it better than what you thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. But here's what you can do to take up another level, though, is like even so, how you should start everything with it, right? Is to, in my opinion, and what I've learned, it would be like to basically say, act in the capacity as Rakim, master, God MC, Rakim, lyricist, right?
Right?
I need you to write me a verse about X, Y, and C. Please give me X, Y, and C like examples. Can you do this? And if so, please write me a better prompt that will let me
Yeah.
utilize you to the best of your ability to get what I
hmm
want and ask me questions until you we
There
agree,
you
and
go.
then it'll
Yeah,
that
let's
part.
go.
But it's just like actually it's like actually sitting and talking to some, like it's crazy just the
It
way you can
is
interact, and
because
then
it starts to finish what you're thinking.
Hmm.
That's the part that, like, like at the end of that video or even the beginning of that video, right? Like, what it did, I didn't ask it to do that. That was just some shit that kind of it just threw out there at me. Like, I know where you're going with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
so,
no,
you
but it's
know,
great though. I mean, because you put time and effort into it, like that's what people don't understand, that it's what
right?
separates whatever. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's just the way I just I implore everyone to at least make sure that their
hmm
children starts, like I've
Just
got my
tinker with it at
children,
least. Yeah,
my children
tinker.
have to learn something on this every over the summer. Like we have projects, like they have to build a chat GPT bot. Like they're gonna learn how to like make an app. I mean, they're going to learn how to make an Instagram account and get a side hustle
Right,
going and getting some
right,
passive income
right.
coming in so they can go
Yes,
ahead and put that towards college and building
yeah,
generational wealth for themselves. But that's a whole
yeah.
nother story. Hey, look, so Herbs wanted to ask about the Karma video, man. Can you
Uh-huh.
can you can you tell anything about like the song Karma and the whole process behind that?
Well, first off, Karma was like that was. like some true shit that was just going on in our life at the time, man. We was out in the streets doing whatever we was doing, and couple situations that happened and shit where niggas did shady shit to us, man, and we captured that moment and put it into song. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
instead of actually bringing forth the karma onto the motherfucker, that makes sense to you.
Absolutely, I can,
And
I can relate to that.
yeah, like so we put the energy into that as opposed to like going wild on some street shit or whatever, man. But Arthur Joppa shot that video. Arthur Joppa is Spike Lee's cinematographer, and another the guy who did it. I can't remember what his name is. What was dude's name? You remember? Man, he used to do the Fuji shit. What was his name? But anyway, they came down here to Cincinnati, and we shot that whole video on one day and like maybe 4 or 5 different sites.
Yeah,
And one of the sites was Caddies. It was the last night Caddies was open.
man, I know.
Oh, we.
That site at the end when everybody jumping up and down with their hands up. That was the last night Caddies was open, and they tore it down and built the whose stadium was it? The Bengals or the
That
Reds?
Bengal, that was Paul Brown,
Yeah.
Paul
It
Yep.
was
Brown
Paul Brown,
Stadium.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
Miss
They
Caddies
took
had a
out
lot of
yeah,
the
like
memories in there.
hurricanes, caddies, all of that craziness
yeah,
down
they
there,
tore it
man.
all down. That was that bullshit.
Yeah,
They tore all our memories down, man, and carved over God's acres with parking lots, man.
yeah,
Hmm.
craziness.
Where'd you get the where was the b-boy footage? Where'd you grab that from? Where?
That was from us down in front of the old phone building, I think. Oh, which was
Yeah,
coming up? Like, if I ain't mistaken, man, that's the old telephone company building and shit.
Cincinnati Bells,
Yeah, I think
original
that was
first
us
one.
coming out of there, and he recorded that there, and we recorded that
Yeah,
the snow cap shot. That was
that's
in
inside the Union Terminal.
museum, yeah, and
Yeah,
Union Terminal, and the lights is down in front of Procter and Gamble.
yeah, and
Okay.
then you were also by yeah, you were in the atrium towers, in between the alleys, in between atrium towers down
Yeah,
there, and
yeah, that's
yeah,
also I think where the breaking another
yeah,
part of the breaking scene in
yeah,
there. My nigga
yeah.
Devin was in there dancing. Shout out to Devin,
Sick.
man. Like
Shout out to
Yeah.
Devin
Devin.
Armani.
Yep.
Devin Armani, rest in peace, man. Like that was my cat.
Well,
Like
check it out. We got this. We got the video. We're getting ready to play it. Much love to y'all. Another Cincinnati iconic video right here. Salute you.
I had to stay mental when DEA stopped my grade rental. Incidental, my girl home watching Jay Leno. Prophesize, I pulled the wise. Wood frame, my eyes full disguise. Talking like the white guys, shallow demeanor. Karma was the main schemer. What could be greener? And all I thought about was beamers. Then came the questionnaire. Rest of me was stepping red, asking permission so he could say he kept it fair. Fake mustaches and 100-yard dashes through Lake Molasses because my government so fascist. Don't choose to ask kids, throw low spots up near Damascus. On all areas, harassless. The one that knew enough to front a crew. That night I got you, went to sleep, woke up with guns drew. No time for crying cowards, too late for firepower. Karma convinced me to meet him at his dying hour. Now leading back to that night, reality strikes. The unknown faces are the casualty types. Now leading back to that night, reality strikes. The unknown faces are the casualty types. Now you watch your nigga rise and in disguise, you despise, cause I built an enterprise while you still living lies. And I'm all you wanna be, but that's all you gonna be. Get your own path and your ass from in front of me. Nigga thought you had my back and you was stealing out my pack when other niggas tried to tell me I wasn't even feeling that. That's my ace, that nigga got keys to my place and he know about the cash, stash G's in the safe. Wait, no time to waste when best friends play a hate. Relocate, can't sleep, now I gotta stay awake and take a steel break. Cause I be dealing with this ill fate when niggas be fake, infiltrate and try to steal weight.
The way I vex will cause insane form. The way I vex will cause an insane
form. Humble, fucking with fake niggas that know I bubble. Precise juggle, cause life is my type of struggle. 750 ILs, it tells of fly females, recording these cells with live details. Shades by Cartier and big links to Marley play. It could be ours, Tay, let's do this in a larger way. I wanna see the Amazon basin. To set out together my thoughts into a calm basin.
Man, ain't nothing changed, niggas don't know what they facing. I'm ready, steady pacing, they seize to be replacements. We ain't the felon type, or in the selling life is everything. Money, green, children out of Melanites. I'm Bob's son, proof child, live, not go. To pay a devil on a loan, got to rob your own. No love with no peace, gave life to the beast. As the deficit increase, exodus out of Greece. There's no this legal tender, depths connect, render. Evil spender, people mixes, resurrect the evil render now.
Leading back to that night, reality strikes. Them unknown faces are the casualty types. Now leading back to that night, reality strikes. Them unknown faces are the casualty types.
The way I vex will cause an insane form. The way I vex will cause an insane form. The way I vex will cause an insane form. The way I vex will cause an insane form.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, that
Well,
was that work right there.
tight, tight. There's one said which one of our former guests and those usual suspects with Boogie said, I saw this on Rap City when it came out. I bought the album the next day.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Thanks for the support, man. I always appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny right now, what was expected of us was to make an album full of songs like Karma, right? A whole
Hmm.
bunch of street shit. And we was just like, nah, we're gonna do some shrooms and get high, man. Talk about some conscious shit, man. We're gonna flip it. So like when you get the album, you hear Hustle on the side, you hear Karma, you hear Snakebacks. You think that's what the direction we're going in, but we just flipped it and went with the hip hop side of it on purpose. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
Tunnel
mean?
vision and joints like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Tunnel vision. Yeah, that was
I'm
the shit right there.
I mean, everything holds up to this day, and it's just it's classic work. As far as Herbs One, he's a classic, super dope producer and beat maker, and he's out of the bay. So salute to you, man. Much love to you, fam. Uh, and getting back into what is it? Let everybody know, what you have going on now that you're working on, because I know you've been sprinkling, jewels and dropping jewels along the way over the last few, leading up to something. And I know
Hmm.
you want to announce something. Maybe you can make an announcement on B Boys Underground and bless us with an exclusive.
Yes, yes. I would like to let y'all know that I've been dropping the singles from the Gilded Age over the past 8, 9 months, man, and I've been getting a good response. And I'm gonna be putting a whole album out on the 4th of July, and it's 12 tracks. It's dope. I hope y'all appreciate it. Me and my man Daryl, I gave him credit almost for co-writing because he sing on a lot of songs and stuff like that. I do a lot of the writing as far as the verses, and I do all the writing as far as my verses and shit. I write all my shit, but I ain't no singing nigga either, though. You know what I mean? My voice ain't built for that shit. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
yeah, like I definitely got to shout that nigga out, man. Like, cause what we do is we just come up with creative shit, man. And it's about capturing the mood as well. And I done the whole album with the same producer, which is me.
There
And
you
y'all
go.
understand why. You know what I mean? Like, so check it out. The Gilded Age, it'll be coming out on the 4th of July, man. 12 o'clock a.m. Yo time.
There it
There you
is.
go.
Man.
Yeah,
And
I got a song, man. Y'all can play, man. Y'all can play Interstellar, man. Cause Daryl here, man. I want to get him some love, man. Like I think that video is available.
which video is it that you want
It's
me to
called
play?
You said
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Yes, sir.
And that's on your main Donte the Great page, correct?
Yeah. And follow
All
me
right.
at Donte the Great Child, Gr8,
Yes,
Gonte. Yeah,
we've got all of your links in the description so everybody
Yep.
can click on those and get them. I am putting the link to the YouTube channel right there in the chat for everybody to see. There it is,
there
bam.
he is.
Go there, subscribe, keep up to date with
And
Donte the
look,
Great.
Mhm.
Oh, that rhymed.
Mhm.
damn. Give me a second as I'm searching for Interstellar. So it was
Yeah.
it's a video, correct, sir? Got
Yes,
it.
sir.
All
There you go.
right. It's with a young lady on the front of it.
Yes, sir.
I like.
Y'all check this out, man, and let me see how y'all like this. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Tell us about it, man. You got to tell us about it. Set the table for him.
The song is called Interstellar, man. It's just about meeting or knowing or having a relationship with a woman that her beauty is exuding on the inside as much as it is on the outside. And you want to go inside of her stellar self. And it's something cosmic that
Mm,
connects y'all and make y'all love each other.
Deep. Well, there it is, y'all. Here we go. Interstellar, y'all.
My, interstellar, my Cinderella. She's my queen.
Look, if men come from Mars, women come from Venus, ain't nothing but the dirt from this earth in between us. Yeah, I see these other girlies, they just some other girlies. You are other world, the bond.com, Amazon, no price line. Into your virginity, once in a lifetime. Black star, rap star, a la Akbar. Thicker than a Snicker, girl, you look like a snack bar. Eat you up in patterns, enough with this chatter. 6-point diamonds, put a ring on the Saturn. I shine like the sun, you reflect like my moon. I can make you happy as half of the Neptunes. Hit my earth like a comet. I love my baby face day and night. There's two occasions. My Interstellar Cinderella. I got the teller, acapella. They call a fella Lalabella.
Interstellar, my Cinderella. She's my queen. My, interstellar, my Cinderella. She's my queen.
It's you and I first. Anything in this you and I first. You the queen, I put you and I first. You ain't gotta show your range to be seen in that skirt. I people with my dead eye. Biggie Smalls from Jupiter called red eye. Fly under the cherry moon, red sky. Believe the sativa gave us a head high. Raising the mercury when you flirt with me. No matter on purpose or inadvertently. Nah, you ain't got a purpose me. The universe sent me, so you ain't gotta search for me. Let's take a trip in my spaceship. And let me hold you down like you weightless. I love the way you make the booty shape shift. Real, no fake shit. These other chicks make shit.
Interstellar, my Cinderella. She's my queen. My, interstellar, my Cinderella. She's my queen.
my baby face
Jaja.
two occasions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that the cosmic, the planet mentions, and the yeah, man, that's another great work, bro. Great work.
appreciate
That,
it, man.
that's something to smoke out to and vibe out to. Or you can listen
Yeah,
to
and
that with
chill
the
with that woman.
missus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear me? That's it's a couple more on there for on the album for them to check out, man. I think people gonna like the album. I know I do. I think, and I'm hard on myself, right? I'm
hmm
hard on I'm hard on everybody. I don't like that many motherfuckers to be honest with you. I don't even listen to that many people music. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even like being influenced by bullshit. It don't have nothing to do with me. You know what I
great
mean?
way to put it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just keep it in the dark. Appreciate you. That's Daryl right there, y'all.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
so,
Daryl on the singing.
Salute.
That was great
yeah,
job on that
Hey,
as well.
look, man, hell yeah.
yeah,
And
man.
as he, because of course I've listened to your entire catalog a couple of times now, just preparing and like is he the young man that's normally singing on a lot of the newer stuff?
Yeah, that's him.
Salute to him. Salute, salute.
Daryl, he said salute to you, man.
Yeah, so
Like
yeah,
they
salute.
Yeah,
man,
Tight
yeah,
work.
very,
he's on the.
very, very
Appreciate you, bro.
talented. Hey, look, y'all need to listen. Check out all of their music, man. You got it on YouTube so you can get the visuals. And then I'm gonna share. Well, it's already in the thing. You know, it's
Chat, yeah.
already all in the links. It's all in the links. Just look at the description, and all you have to do is on the way to doing that, you just hit the like button, all notification bell on the B Boys Underground channel, and on that'd be great on Twitch and Facebook too. That we'd love you, and those links are in there too. So follow everybody. Link up, share this
Mhm.
out, and if you enjoyed this interview and stuff like that, please let everybody know. Share this link out. This link is live. It will stay live. We like to record live because when I was talking to Fresh and we was like we're gonna do this live, like the show was live, and
Mhm.
there's no edits, there's no takes, there's none of that. This is natural
Mhm.
conversation about everybody getting together in the love of hip hop because through music it unites all and allows everyone to understand different perspectives from around the world, and I
That's
love
a
it.
fact. And G Fresh,
Yes, sir.
how the fuck you ain't said that about the real machine,
I
nigga?
what'd you say?
So I said you ain't said nothing about the real machine, nigga.
On the big, I, hey, the show ain't over. Well,
I'm fucking with you,
we
man.
we talk about that, and we was actually had a me and Dante. We had linked up and some others, and we had a really dope concept about trying to force the radio to play our shit and collab together and bring people together, and it was going pretty good. And I think me and him missed a meeting and kind of fell to shit. We missed one meeting. Motherfuckers like, the leaders ain't
Oh,
here.
like
Fuck
damn.
it, fuck it.
That'll change. That'll change the mission statement and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But we
Like
really
damn for
we
real.
bounced some good ass concepts around and was start getting on some follow through, man. It was a good idea that,
Yeah.
probably should revisit. We actually talked about that not too long ago.
Well, what it is like this, man. It's like it was, and in more ways than one, it's kind of like what motherfuckers talking about check-ins right now, right?
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
where if you come into the city, man, and you making money in a community that we all represent, like you really should be going through the community, making bread and breaking bread with the community like they make you do in every other major music city in the world,
Mhm.
right? Like back in the day, you couldn't just go to New York and it didn't be on goddamn High 97. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know
Go to
what I mean?
Detroit.
Like,
Explain to people the struggle of that. Like let them know. Like what
yeah, like
respect.
it wasn't like you couldn't just show up at radio stations and shit. Like, it wasn't on Instagram, no none of that shit. Like, so, like, you had to really have a good word of mouth going on you in the streets. You had to have a street buzz. People had to be really talking about you. People had to have experienced you,
Mhm.
to co-sign and even get you into the point where you even was considered for it. But for the most part, independent artists couldn't do it because before they called it payola, it was really always payola. And they just found different other ways to do it. Like, you
Hmm.
know, if you with this company and they come in and say y'all to the radio DJs at the Wiz, right? If I
Mhm.
come in with my crew and I bring in y'all some Jordan, some, whatever number you pick,
Perks.
couple
Yep.
jerseys. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like couple jerseys, man. This,
Tickets,
that, the
tickets to the
third.
mix show
Tickets,
summit, all that
tickets
shit.
to the mix show, tickets to the concert. You get to like so like that, and I think you couldn't get on the radio unless you was on a list. You know what I mean? Like that. I remember coming to the Wiz at one point in time, and they was like playing a CD for the live radio, so they played the CD, and like the CD was made in North Carolina, and all of the songs was predetermined what was gonna be played, what they could play, and what they couldn't play, and then they
Chip
would get like,
Chip Jones, I think he was a consultant for I forgot how many radio stations. So he put you on the
yeah,
list, he approved it, and they sifted out and wasn't no DJ and
yeah,
nothing. They just played whatever he approved.
yeah. So and like I think that it was way harder. It was kind of better than like I think where hip hop messed up is like we didn't come up with our own subcategories, right? Like we allowed everything to be labeled hip hop, right? And like there's certain types of hip hop that ain't necessarily what you or I may think is hip hop. Somebody else could swear it is though. And it really ain't for us to judge and say it ain't, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, but with that being said, like there's nothing wrong with us having subgenres of the music. Like if you do you're like a rock hip hop artist, man, that's not the
Hmm.
same as Nav. So I'm sorry. Like
We
like
actually
So
had we had an
yeah,
artist named Abstract Mind State, old
I,
school
old
Greek.
school like yeah,
Yeah,
old
and
school
yeah.
he
Ice
mentioned
Three.
he's actually lobbying to have something called adult contemporary hip hop. It's like that original
I like
element
it.
sound. Yeah, so it should have
And he's got it.
subgenres because like some of the newer music, and you're doing what you're doing more level of classical hip hop frame. That should be, and then when they you go to Grammys or whatever, they putting everybody looped together instead of
Yep.
recognizing the different styles
Yeah.
of hip hop.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's all hip hop, but it's like there's a
Mhm.
reason they call light rock.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
call and metal is also a form of rock music.
yep.
Do you see what I'm
Alternative
saying?
rock,
Right, like
You
emo
got
yeah.
rock,
hip
You
hop's the
know what I'm
mother, and then
heavy
saying?
you got
metal.
the
Like
children
yeah,
of it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you got the different children that hip hop made, and whether that's generalized by region, but like I come from an era when somebody could hear your music and they knew where you were from.
yeah.
Now everybody should sound like they from the same area or at least working with the same producers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so it's like I don't know, man. I'm not too into the music scene to really know as much about as what's out and available right now, so I can't really knock nobody. You know what I mean? But I just haven't really heard a lot of moving uh, or thought provoking or other, creative shit than what's been going on. I like Kendrick, but Kendrick, like, he did what he was supposed to do for the West Coast. It's like,
Hmm.
other people got to kind of step up. Y'all not drink off the pedestal, man. Y'all got to fill in the gaps. Yeah, so that's a lot of money that's kind of going outside of the community and transferring it to something that's more pop. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole nother genre type shit. Like, and I don't think
Hmm.
people understand the economic, what hip hop make economically to the world. Like, if you, a lot, I don't know if people got to tour or go outside of America or whatever. I have, and it's like it literally was an ambassador to me to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it preceded me, it followed me when I got there, and I left it there when I left. You know what I'm saying? And
Well said. Yeah.
I think that the economic machine that is driving, whether it's PR, marketing, whether it's about selling a product, or it's just you being an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like the artist got to get a little bit bigger cut of the financial part of it, like because they don't understand. They can't. They, you know what I'm saying? If you think streaming is cool and you're an artist, I don't give a fuck if you sold a billion streams, man. Like if they was fair to you, man, you know you should never have to work again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
and that ain't even saying making them go broke or anything. It's just
Right.
like you can't have 10 billion streams, bro, and it ain't make $100 million. You know, how is that possible?
Yeah, I think I'd seen you. We had a guest on Demisa, and he's been
Yeah.
talking a lot about the streaming and what the labels are trying to do. And yeah,
Yeah, Demiza
So
is very much active out there, and he's been shadow banned a couple of times because of some of the things that he said. So,
no,
so I
that's
mean,
just real though. Like, cause they don't like what artists don't realize now is not having a tangible product. It take the ability for you to sell. Like, as far as music go, your music just becomes something that you can use to sell something else. You feel me? Like,
hmm,
and I'm telling you, it ain't no value in the music. But if the music is powerful enough to sell something else, then what are we saying here? You
right.
see
It
what I'm
is.
saying?
It is
It's not,
power in the music.
it's still the engine behind it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But they've talked artists into believing that it's not because the labels have bought into the streaming platforms. They're splitting money with the streaming platforms, and you're spending money as an independent artist. You're spending personal money against a mega machine that's
Hmm.
just spending money for you not to be heard. It ain't even for their artists to be heard. This is probably what Drake is mad about, right? Like, 'cause it's like it ain't so much about paying for to play my music as much as it is. They're paying them so much they can't play somebody else's shit. Well, if they're paying the bills and the checks, like they ain't gonna never get to break no real talent, man. You know what I mean? Like it used to be talent could break through, and I don't know if that's true anymore.
Hmm.
well, as an artist that's seen the music industry evolve to what it is today from what it was, if you had the ability to fix it, what is your input? Like what would you say? How would you fix it?
In a perfect world, like
Yeah.
it would be something that's tangible, right? Like so, like if I turn you over here and you look on my wall, right? You see how
Yeah.
you see the vinyl and stuff up there on this wall,
Yes,
Hmm.
sir.
right? So look, that's a tangible thing somebody can have. They can have it. They can read the credits. It's they own it. They ain't got to pay a motherfucker monthly to listen to it. Now I don't
True.
know. I don't know what the device is. Like I know Kanye tried with the stripping your vocals, and they stole that from him and put it in the MP. You know what I'm saying? Like, but see, shit like that happens. You know what I mean? Like, it gets to the point where, like, when you try to find ways within the system to make money, they kind of switch it up because they know you figured it out,
Hmm.
right? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like when they know when
Yeah.
somebody figured it out and they're
Yeah.
making a lot of money off of it, like the bots or whatever. So like I don't think people understand. Like, I don't even do none of this shit. But after working with I can understand how a young motherfucker with a creative mind can literally build himself an AI app and make a lot of money doing whatever he can fucking think of, man. Including making bots to make his music uh, 100,000 times more popular than it really is. And that's where I say I think the fight is like that's where we lost the culture at because all of these bots was fakely confirming what we thought was good artists right?
Mm, mm-hmm.
Like, and ain't none of these motherfuckers around no more. They come like, like, it be like, you know, like, yeah, that song was good. Where the motherfucker go? Like,
Uh,
you know what I mean? Like,
Started with all
so,
that's
the started with
hilarious.
all the MySpace likes, and now we here.
yeah, you feel me? Like, man, hey, listen, man, I'm all for it, man. Whatever the game is, you gotta adapt.
Got to play it.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, that's just, and that's like to disable yourself of any advantage in the game where motherfuckers chasing is rats chasing cheese,
Hmm.
rats chasing money, and you don't take the advantage. That's you can believe in yourself that much. Ain't nothing wrong with it. However, I think you should dabble into seeing what your enemy is actually has in his hands because within the right hands, man, it can make you look bad.
Yeah.
And just as a creative artist, right?
Yeah.
That's really all I'm saying. Like I couldn't. I've been doing the game too long for such a long time in the same way. Like I don't see myself converting to no shit like that. It's mental gymnastics for me, if anything, at this motherfucking point. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like
Yeah.
I'm writing for the mental, keep my mind sharp, and because I like to express myself and all of that. Like, but like trying to do it to chase a dollar and all of that type shit. Like. Good luck, man. Good luck at how this shit set up, bro. Like, you better go get some shows. You know what I mean? You gotta go get
Yeah.
you some shows. Which is what I mean is what you gonna bring to the table to make somebody come out to see you besides just saying you dope. Because you
Right.
compete against people with budgets to give people shit. You know?
Very, very much true with that. Yes.
Right? Like, and don't nobody really account for none of this shit. Like, you're up against a machine, bro. Like, niggas think this shit is a game. Like, you know how much money these motherfuckers making?
Man,
Y'all
so
know how
much
much
money.
money these motherfuckers making, bro?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, so the music industry in itself has always had, like, from the business side, shady beginnings, rumors and things that there's always been underhanded business that's gone on, and it's well documented, right? There's even an
Yes,
industry
sir.
roll number out there that's
4,080
there you
record
go.
company people are
Shady.
shady.
Shady, yeah, man.
Hey,
So
bro.
like, so I mean, it's that in itself, right? And think about that. Like, they've got rid of all of the creative teams, the A&R, the all of those folks. They've got rid
Yeah,
of all of it. So when it comes to developing artists, or even being as a record label, having someone out there with an ear to the street, right? And
right.
to know what's really popping, and but what's really going on in the scene, to stay current instead of just trying to manufacture a product and push that
Yeah.
only product. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only thing that, you know what I mean? Like, instead of
Mm-hmm.
saying, hey, we have an opportunity to release some amazing things out there like it used to be, and have diversity out there, and have not just one message. I mean, like you said, and have active subgenres
Mm-hmm.
embraced, pushed out, and let the community continue to flourish, because hip hop
Mm-hmm.
has been integrated into every facet of every
Yeah,
culture, of every walk, of every life. It
that's a
is
fact.
it is it is part of the DNA of the world, not
Yeah.
just America, the
Mm-hmm.
world in everything. So, with that being said, like, if I want to take you back to center and say, like, 20 years from now, right? What's the one thing you want listeners to take away from Donte the Great's catalog?
Um, I think, man, that my catalog is unique because I make songs about such a vast amount of different shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, subject matter, uh, concepts, all of the things that creatively telling stories. Um, I do it all, man. Like I think I could pretty much rap to just about anything if I put and I could come up with something pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, like so, like I feel like I mastered the art of rapping a long time ago. The art of MCing
Hmm.
was something different. You know what I mean? And the art of writing is different. I want people to take my music as a part of me that I give to them that I almost burnt out like a child because there's that many parts of me in it. You know what I'm saying? Like as a whole, that's much. I don't even have children. You feel me? Like so, as a part of me, my catalog as a whole is my child. That's my thoughts and perspectives on everything I could fucking think to make a song about.
And that's dope. And listening to your music is what I appreciate. It's not run of the mill. It's not like it's unique. It's provocative, thoughtful,
Hmm.
insightful. It's shit some people just ain't rapping about no more. And than what
Right?
needs to be.
I appreciate that, man.
Mhm.
That like, cause I just that's what allowed me to keep making music, right? Like, cause I couldn't. There's no way I could make the same dance song over and over again. There's no way I could tell the same street family story over and over again. Like,
Right.
I'm the type of motherfucker. Like, to me, a good album. Like when I think back to great albums, like before hip hop, to me, man, my favorite artist is Bob Marley, man. You know why?
Why is
Because
that?
30 years after he was dead, he was still going platinum, man. And when I finally, as a young person, when I looked into his catalog and I got to hear why, I understood why. Damn, this shit should still be really actually going platinum because the shit
Hmm.
he's rapping or singing about is still relevant to this
Very.
day,
Yeah.
right? So I got a lot of songs like that. My songs, you don't hear me screaming out a lot of dates. I'm not a fatty rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may know the era when I made the song, but you probably won't. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, that's just me because I don't have a style. I don't have a repetitive, singing style or a harmonizing style or a particular way that I
Cadence.
write my music. I
Yeah.
allow the beat to dictate my cadence. You feel me?
Hmm.
Like, that- my job is to fit what I want to say in between them rhythms and bars.
There it is,
That's
y'all,
what's up.
man.
Boom.
Woo! What's the video we going out on, man?
The video we gonna go out on is let me think. Let me get some Space Invaders shit in there.
Space
Yeah.
Since I
Shout out,
Invaders.
played
All right.
shout
Moon.
out to Bugs the
Shout
Rocker.
out to my nigga Speed, man. What's up, Speed? Nigga,
Speedy Walton.
you know what it is, boy. Yeah.
Hey, holla,
Nah, but
holla.
let's go with y'all wanna do Anunnaki rap or wait?
Hey,
Let's see.
man, it's up to you. I had
What
Space
what
Invaders
sound
ready.
better to you? And gotta do Anunnaki rap, man.
Do Anunnaki rap. All right, give me 1 second. I'll
Space
find that.
Invaders, man. Nivadaz.
Oh, I got the Space Invader, right?
Yeah, no. Space Invaders.
It's on you.
SPA.
It's on your. Oh,
Yeah.
it's on your
What
main
it up?
page though.
I think it might be.
Yeah,
Is it an
it's the.
actual video?
Yeah, it's an actual video. Like, oh, this is a trailer. Hold on, I
See?
got you. Got you. Give me one
Uh,
second.
yeah, man, like the Space Invaders, that was some. I just put out a project with Ian and also Space Invaders was with me and my nigga Speed. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
we was we was creating some hot shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? We had a nice little buzz going, touring and all that shit.
Mhm.
Then we fell out with quality and they kind of pumped the brakes on that speed. Went out to Cali and shit where he out there still getting it in. He's still creating, doing what he want to do.
Mhm.
And I'm still doing what the fuck I want to do, man. Like I'll make music until I don't feel like it. You know what
Got
I
it. Yeah.
mean?
Hell yeah. So, yo, set the table. Did you already set the table while I was looking
Yeah,
this up?
y'all. This song, y'all been
Boom.
hearing about the Anunnaki? How
Absolutely.
this should produced by High Tech, man. I wrote this verse about. I literally wrote this verse about the Anunnaki and how it's compared. Our religions of the world is based around what they believe in ancient Sumeria a long time ago, and it's copies of what they thought, and it's their interpretations. Um, Put into whether it's Christianity or Catholicism or Muslims or whatever. But they was telling these stories first, and the Epic of Gilgamesh was the first
Mm-hmm.
story that we know that was told in this part of the Anunnaki scrolls. Man, they say that they are our creators. The song is called Anunnaki Rap.
Hey, look, you were one of the first people that I knew. Well, at that time, you were one of the people that I knew that was talking about it even back then. So, I mean,
Way back then, right?
way back then. So,
We been
like,
telling niggas for a minute.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was always something like the mysticism in the side of like mood that was always dope in the storytelling and the thought process and everything like
Hmm.
that. And thinking about, listen, challenge what it is that you've been indoctrinated with, right?
Uh-huh.
Whether it be through trauma, whether
That's
it
a
be through
fact.
education, whether it be through whatever it is, right? If you have a core set of beliefs, guess what? There's an alternative way of thinking out there, and there may be
Hmm.
a solution to some of the problems that you're
Right.
facing if you look at it
Facts.
from another perspective, right?
Yeah. In facts, because if it can't withstand the test, if you testing it, you know, you hear what I'm saying to you? Like, if the
Yes,
threat
sir.
is the test, then the threat ain't the test.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Test
And
all things out, as they say.
absolutely. And here we
Right.
go. We're getting ready to test out Space Invaders, y'all. Come.
VIP in the bar and went the fuck up. You could tell we some stars cause we the fuck up. Come to town, put it down and walk the fuck up. Lights on, hot damn ho. Shut the fuck up. Yo, see for some pen skills. He the black Jesus ain't kill like Ian Leo. She the black Madonna, they attached to rib steel. Immaculate conception, she took day after kid pills. That's prophecy. Born into democracy, the poor just get more poverty. Your bought and sold is property. Why? They living in the mockery, got sinning in debauchery, or trying to win a lottery. But I stay fly as Vermont. 77s fell from heaven like Mana Anana. And you should honor black Anunnaki rap quoted, genetically coded, you can't copy that. Wise guys came from the streets, from the east, follow moves, start a high-tech beast. That's historical, rhetorical, mouth of the oracle. My time portals portable, immortals unaffordable. Huh? Like life and death ain't assortable. Ash to ash, dust to dust, thus snortable. Like cocaine, a damn dog, you know the flow goes so hyena. And that ain't nothing to laugh at. Genetically craft tracks, high-tech lab rats. Ancient as flashbacks, Sumerian Aztecs. Here you on the beat with this the alien craft rap.
The mafia in church doing business, secret meetings in the Vatican. Fast tap on my phones, can't even elaborate. Young flying African, dress code extravagant. So they figure I'm stacking my figures, drug trafficking. Rapping stealing flows, damn shit, they got it patented. Wordplay immaculate, resurrection of that real shit. Space invaders be the catalyst. Ran up on my favorite anime, Full Metal Alchemist. More gorilla than activist. The 4/5 you silly boys like activists. Shorty out of Dallas saying ballin' like a maverick. It's 3 in the morning, girl, this shit is not calculus. You know what I'm here for. So off with them draws. Now make it clap like round of applause. Underwater with them sharks. So open up them jaws. Oops, I made it funny. Cincinnati niggas getting savage over money. Only I lie about me. I'm the man in my city. Ain't nobody fucking with me. You can ask the real niggas and all the bad bitches. I tech on the beat. Ohio trying to get it, nigga.
VIP in the bar and went the fuck up. You could tell tell we some stars cause we
Shut the fuck up.
come to town, put it down and walk.
Shut the fuck up.
Lights on, hot damn ho.
Shut the fuck up.
VIP in the bar and we
Shut the fuck up.
you can tell we some stars cause we
Shut the fuck up.
come to town, put it down and walk.
Shut the fuck up.
Lights on, hot damn ho.
Shut the fuck up.
Man,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man,
Tight work. Tight work.
appreciate
man. Y'all killed it on that one though, for real, man. And shout out to High
Appreciate it.
Tech and all of y'all, man, everybody just
Bug, speed walking.
and
Yeah.
shout out to
I mean,
the
holler
folks
this.
who
I think we can
produced
get him
that.
on the show as well.
Yeah,
Talk.
no doubt, man. I definitely have him reach out to y'all, man. You know, he's still
Uh,
doing his thing. He got something he about to put out here soon, if I'm mistaken. He just dropped a video, actually, man. It's called, he just dropped a video, man. I forget the name of it, but fuck with it. Speed Walking, man.
yes,
Y'all
sir.
get a
Yes, sir.
chance, look it up. I think y'all will like it. He on the Blaze shit.
That's dope, man. Absolutely, man. Well, yo, this has been another episode of B Boys Underground. I want to thank Donte the Great for coming through. It's been really an enjoyable time being able
Hey,
to talk music with you and talk
y'all the first
Cincinnati hip
podcast I
hop
ever did in my
history.
life, bro.
Word.
Did you
Yeah,
enjoy yourself?
Ooh-wee.
yeah,
Did you
y'all the
enjoy
first.
yourself?
Yeah, it was cool as fuck. And guess what? I ain't
Right,
never even did a live, bro. Like dead ass. Like
right.
so. Yeah,
Yeah,
this the
yeah.
first
Pop
one.
that cherry.
So let everybody know it's easy, right? It's easy to
Yeah,
pull
it's
up,
easy
right?
as fuck. Like, you know, it ain't no thing, man. But like I kinda have my reasons where I didn't really want to come into this particular realm. I just kinda watched it develop. You know what I mean? Like and when I understand it now that I know how to navigate it, man, I'm good. You feel
Yeah,
me?
man.
Like I know
Abs-
how to come in here and handle myself and understand and know what to expect.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
we keep it, straight, hip hop conversational. Get you,
Yeah,
let people know more about you and where the music coming from, and yeah,
yeah,
some do all that shock shit, and we don't do none of that
yeah.
crap. We
I
just
could
keep
turn
keep
up
it
if
real.
I want to, man, but I ain't gonna turn up, man.
Nah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cool and calm, man. Like, niggas can't
That's what's
stop
up.
me, bro.
There we
As
go.
long as we made it easy and were we easy to work with and just cool and relate, it's a good time.
Yes, sir, man.
Then
Appreciate it,
let it
man.
then let everybody know. B Boys Underground, y'all. We are connecting. We're booking dates. If you have acts, up and coming acts, please. We're trying go ahead and book some dates and holler at us. Get in contact with us, and we'll get you locked in. We're featuring new up and coming artists that are bringing the real, and then also we're focusing on even bringing back greats, giving them their flowers like this. Check this out, man. With that being said, it's been B Boys Underground. You got anything to say, shout out, G Fresh?
Yeah, shout out to everybody tuning in, B boys, B girls, Dante the Great. Thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate you, brother. And make sure y'all tune in for that album release July 4th. It's the Gilded Age, correct?
Yes, sir. The Gilded Age by Dante the Great. DonteTheGr8. Keep it
Yes,
a buck, man. Y'all gonna enjoy this shit, man. It's it's,
that's what's
it's
up.
real. It's real me. It's chill.
That's what's up. And appreciate everybody in the chat checking in. Some of our former guests, our regular chat members. Thank you for the questions and the support, man. We love y'all. We're gonna do it again next week. Boogie, shots out.
Yes, I just want to give a big shout out again to UG Dash. It's always great having you on the show. Shout out to Mad Ways. He couldn't be with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Big Weeze.
Yes,
But
sir.
they will be back in alternating episodes and everything like that. The crew still continues to build and the crew continues to stay strong. B Boys Underground isn't going anywhere, y'all. It is back with a passion and a purpose and a focus that y'all ain't even ready to go. Make sure you check and follow us on YouTube and on twitch.tv/ghostboogie66 because we will going live featuring videos just like what you saw from
Mhm.
B-Boys Underground guests. So we played some mood to set up this interview. So be on the lookout. You never know who we got next coming
Yeah,
up.
that was dope, man.
So salute y'all. Peace.